My name is Dawn, and I'm a vintage jewelry collector. Thank you so much for watching. Welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited about this video. I finally am able to say that I can share my absolute favorites. I started my collection when I was 16 and I'm 53 now, so I have quite the collection. These are the pieces that I would take in a fire. Conveniently enough, they're all in one place so that if there is a fire, I'll know where to get them. I have Victorian, I have some Art Deco, I have Mexican silver, I have some turquoise. I have a lot of story pieces, mid-century modern, some studio pieces. Very excited about that. I started in the usual places. I think my very first piece, I was in Ohio at a garage sale, and I got really lucky and I found a Miriam Haskell and I absolutely destroyed it. And then I learned what it was. And after I learned what it was, I really started trying to learn as much as I could about the history of costume jewelry. At one point I became the custodian of these things. So to say that I don't feel like it's my vintage jewelry collection or antique jewelry collection. I feel like I'm the custodian of it. Eventually someday it'll be someone else's, but for right now these are my all-time favorites. So let's get going. If you know me, a lot of these pieces will be very familiar to you. They are really my signature pieces. Like, these are the things that I use and wear the most. This I wore every day for years. This is a British hallmark, and it is a large sterling silver locket that is on a watch fob chain, and it's dated from between 1860 and 1880, and it has an original picture in it from that time period. So if you want to see me open it, I'll open it at the end of the video, so you can either watch and enjoy, or you can fast forward and skip to it, but it'll definitely be worth it. There's that. And again, if you know me, you're sick of seeing it, but this is my absolute favorite piece of all time. And then everything else is in no particular order. So this is early Robert Lee Morris. This either came from Barney's or Neiman Marcus, or quite possibly from Historian Soho. He had artware in Soho for a long time. It's like 5 hand-wrought bands, and 2 of them are gold and 3 of them are silver. But this, again, you can see this is his hand. This was when he was enjoying more success. And then this piece is incredible. Okay, so the story behind this is really very early Robert Lee Morris. He did this for one of Donna Karan's runway shows, and this is clad in, I believe it's 22 karat gold, and it's completely clad in that. And he was a sculptor at the time. He was just being discovered at that point when he did those shows for her. And so he was still a sculptor, and you could see his hand in it. You know, it really has that sculptural touch, very minimalist, very organic. And his signature is on the front of the piece, actually. It's on the top, I should say, not on the underside. And it's right over there. And that is hand done with his hand. And then here's what it looks like on. And oh God, this is superb. You know, it's funny, I'm just looking at myself in the monitor, and yeah, this could be very 80s, this whole look. This could be a Donna Karan wrap dress. All I need is the bigger shoulder pads. There. But this is forever. You know, good vintage jewelry, whether it is fine jewelry or costume jewelry, is forever. It is worth keeping. It is worth taking care of. And these pieces will only grow in value over time. I'm just a believer in it. You know, they're never going to get less valuable. Okay, so now there's a lot of good examples about when you start a collection in this piece. This is Victorian, and Victorian revival. Oh, I just realized that I never took my hair down. Great. This locket is Victorian, and it has the book chain motif, and it has the birds on it, which is morning. It's a morning symbol. There's a lot of symbols in mine. I just realized as I was putting everything out on the table that I like symbols. So there's two chains together, and I put them together. That's one clasp. That's the other clasp. So I hung the locket from the large round clasp for that authentic look, and I got the bracelet years and years later. So this was really a good example of what we call set completion syndrome, SCS. It's an affliction, but there are worse things you could have than set completion syndrome. So the fun thing about putting these pieces together is I can wear the locket on just one of these. I can do both of them and have it the way it is now, which is my favorite, or I can have just one and the bracelet. Absolutely love this. So this is French. This is Joan of Arc. This is a cameo of the Joan of Arc. This is a cameo of Joan of Arc. A way that you can tell that it's French is by the clasp. The French used these, you see that clasp there? That's called a trumpet clasp. This is not high enough. It's okay. You know, I think that's why a lot of people don't get pins, because they don't wear them high enough on the shoulder. I didn't bother clasping it, but see how that just looks better higher? You know, that I would keep on a dress. I mean, keep on a top or on a coat lapel or something like that, or on a bag. But also, depending on the scale, they look great on hats. So, and then my other favorite, oh, I forgot to put this out. So this is Venetian glass. This is old deco Venetian glass, those long flapper necklaces. I love the simplicity of this plain black. But the reason that I pulled this was because I wanted to show as an example how I wear this pin as a pendant. You put the pin through the beads like that. Hopefully I won't stick myself. If I hold it like that, you can kind of get the idea. Isn't that gorgeous? This you could do with pearls also. You could do with crystals. It's a great idea. It's a great way to wear your pins, so start collecting your pins. And if you want to see more of my pins and how I wear them, let me know. I can make a whole other video. And that would be really fun. Some really good bracelets here. Okay, so the first one, I know you can tell what that is. And it's Zuni, and it's a cuff bracelet, and it's so good. And it took me a long time to get this. There's what it looks like on. And I just love this. Isn't it great? So good. And then these I know you haven't seen before. These are special. This is another good example of how my collection has really matured over time. So this is the first one I got. This is African. Now this is art. This is sculpture as far as I'm concerned. I got her, I want to say 15 years ago. This is not ivory, by the way, just so you know. This is, it would look different if it was ivory. It would have striations in it. Look at that beautiful piece of African art. And then 15 years later, I found this one. This is ebony wood. And again, look. Okay, look at that. Do you believe that? Look at her face. Isn't that just the most gorgeous? Aren't these just the most gorgeous things you ever saw? Okay, so that's satisfying. That's why you want to start building a collection for moments like this. This is my scarab ring. This is sterling and fire agate, and I just wear it all the time. It's like part of me. This is a Studio Modernist piece. I really think my favorites of all time are more mid-century modernist sculptural pieces. That seems to be where my taste is now. I notice that the longer I collect, the more refined my taste is. Now you can see it. That is onyx and garnet and brass and sterling, and I wear that almost every day. This is pretty much how I look all the time, but then this is another one of my absolute favorites because it's done by an artist. That's also mid-century, and that's enameling. Those look like gems there, but that is just all enameling, and it's an abstract. Isn't that great? It is great. I know it's great. Love it. These I got for $10, and I got them on a cruise ship at the $10 table and wore them. I wear these more than I wear any other piece of jewelry because they go with everything. And I wanted to talk about the back. You see that? Okay. So the back, these are called leviers, and I couldn't live without these. These are sterling silver. I paid about $50 for them. And what they do is they hold your earrings up. As we get older, we're 53, over 50, right? My channel is Style Over 50. As we age, I don't know why, but it starts to do this. I mean, everything on our bodies starts to do this. But these, even though there's no weight to them, it's not like they're a heavy drop or anything, right? It's just when you wear earrings, they start to do that. And it's a little sad. It's not as happy as it could be. So I bought these. They're absolutely life-changing because they make your earrings go up again. See? See how nice that looks? Yeah. So I recommend them. I will link them below. I'm not monetized. I just really believe in these things. They also come with plastic. They come with like 3 plastic sets. Don't use the plastic sets. Just throw them away because they break when you wear them and you can lose an earring. So just go straight to the sterling. Keep the sterling. They'll last forever. They're really sturdy. They're really well made. They'll grab every size post. So you don't have to worry about any of your posts being too delicate. They'll grab your gold post, your sterling post, your costume post. They really do the job well. And I love them. So that's earring number 1. These are earring number 2. These are an abstract scarab motif. These are artist signed. These are sterling and onyx. And these have an omega back, which is the only other acceptable thing for fighting the droop. And hoops. Hoops also I recommend. By the time you're over 50, you need leviers for your studs and drops, or you need omega backs, or hoops, and that'll work. Look! Okay, this is Mexican 1940s sterling silver. It is a big chunk of gorgeous sterling, and there are people that want this, and I will have it forever. That is carved jade. And it's actually translucent. You can see light through it. And it's modernist and it's abstract and it's all the things that I love. It's just this is the kind of thing that makes me crazy. And it's masculine. It might have been a man's bracelet originally, I guess is what. If I was wearing my heart necklace, this is what I look like. This is what I look like all the time. If you saw me, you'd be like, oh, hey, Dawn, because that is, this is it, right here. There. Don't you love this? It's very clean. It's 1930s, but it's very deco looking. This is what a jewelry collection can do for your style. This dress is the most basic black wrap dress in the whole world, and the rest of it is just accessorized. The rest of it makes the outfit. you know, and I feel like I can go anywhere, and I feel confident, and I feel like I can do something, and I feel like I know who I am, you know, I'm comfortable in my own skin, all these good things. Take a breath. This is really amazing. I'm looking at jewelry every day for decades, so that's why I'm an expert, and that's why I'm not lucky. I've just put in the time. This was originally sold in the 1920s. These cameos were sold as craft kits. Women got them and they hand painted them at home. And whoever did this is so close to my heart. Look at her. She's a flapper in a modern 20s bob and a top hat and a monocle and a tie. Okay, she's in menswear. Is she just not the most incredible cameo? There's the back. This is very typical of the settings, but to me this has no value. This is look. This one's huge. I love it. And then also as a pendant or here, you know, you can wear it here. I love this so much. Okay, that's my favorite pin. Next favorite pin is my dragonfly. Look how big it is. This is contemporary crystals, Swarovski. There's some green ones for the eyes. And I just love the scale of this. Perfect example of how to wear a pin. High statement by itself, you know, could not be easier. Changes the look of a dress. Totally 100% goes from business to date night. And this is big enough where you could actually wear it here, and they call them actually just right between the breasts or just under, and they call them stomachers. Okay. Oh my God, I forgot my Schiaparellis. Oh my God. Okay, hold on. I'll be right back. This is the bracelet. This is Elsa Schiaparelli. This is a full parure. Parure is anything over 2 pieces. If it's 2 pieces, it's called a demi parure. I have 3 pieces here. Here's the pin, the bracelet pin. Look, look, look. I could just stand here like this. There's the earrings and the scale. All right, I'm going to put these on. I love the colors of this too. These tones are so timeless. This is smoky gray, smoky topaz, and a dark aurora borealis. They innovated this with the Swarovski company. The Swarovski company has been around for more than 100 years. They have a lot of crystal colors that they're no longer making or that they made for specific designers. Look at the dome. Look how high that dome is. Okay, there. Actually, I don't wear rhinestones as much as I did when I was young, because when you get to be over a certain age, rhinestones don't look as good as they did. Look. Don't DM me that you want this, because I'm not going to sell it. I will answer questions though. I am an expert. I'm an expert in Haskell. I'm a Regency expert. I can attribute and I can evaluate. This is made by Vogue Jewelry. These are actually really highly collectible. They made these to imitate Venetian glass. They're faceted lucite, which you never see. You can see they're kind of clear, and then they have an inside that is where the color is. It's foiled looking. It ends up looking very 60s and almost space age. And I have the bracelet to go with it. And again, this is another one where it's 3-strand, 3-strand. You can add the bracelet and the necklace to make it longer. And it's gorgeous and I love it. This is Miriam Haskell. This is Haskell Pink. Here's the clasp. This has the hook, but it has the ornament on the hook. If anybody ever tells you that they have unsigned Haskell and it's just a plain hook, it's not unsigned Haskell. I can tell you that. I actually named this. There, look. That's Baby Pinky. Look how beautiful. This is Haskell blue rhinestone. These are the earrings. Again, love the scale. If you have any unsigned Haskell, I can evaluate it for you and tell you where it might sell in different markets and different venues. And this is amazing. And I love, like, this I can wear forever because it's not a lot of rhinestone, and it's this soft colored rhinestone. So it's always going to look great no matter how old I get. And now finally back to, what is this? And that's been in there since between 1860 and 1880. And the other pictures are pictures of people that I love that I keep in my heart. So that's it. So thank you so much for watching. Want me to evaluate your pieces? I used to charge by the hour. Now, since we have the internet and I'm just starting out on YouTube, send me a few pictures. They don't have to be great pictures. I have a trained eye. They can be a little blurry, but I need to see the front and the back. So what you could do is email me. My email is in the description box. I can also evaluate them for you and tell you how to sell them, where to sell them, what current market is, if it's better to wait. So if you want to send me some pictures, just subscribe to my channel. But I'd love to look at them. I'm happy to do it. Everything that I look at only grows my own knowledge. And I've looked at a lot of things, and there's always more to see. So send me what you have and I'll be glad to tell you about it. And I do a new video every week on Style Over 50. And I'll see you next week. Thanks again for watching. They look good. Hi, my name is Dawn, and I'm a vintage jewelry collector. See this? That's kind of fun. Bracelet, pin. So, in order, this is my favorite. Bracelet, pin. I can just stand here like this.